Hello and good afternoon to our Pathfinders, LP, and Crypto Masterclass students. Today is August 10, 1:33 p.m. and today we're going to be doing a port rebalance. So, many of you have been asking, paano ba ako nagre-rebalance ng portfolio, especially with the many accounts that I'm handling, what is my strategy and what is my current outlook. So, para may alpha na rin kayo. And I know we haven't really started with our lessons with the, LP masterclass, but I really just want to be relevant with the times. Ayoko na parang huli na ang lahat ng moves or ng major moves and then saka ako magtuturo what happened kasi hindsight yun eh. I'm more of what's happening now, how can we take the opportunity and how can we avoid potential losses or minimize our risks. So this is the kind of mentor that I am. I'm usually not recycling stuff. I want as much as possible na kung ano yung meron sa market ngayon, yun yung papag-usapan natin. Okay, so right now, we were saying that magkakaroon tayo ng relief rally. This is for Bitcoin. I'm looking at Bitcoin, but then we're going to be looking into other tokens as well. Kasi ito yung magiging basis natin for whatever it is that the other tokens will be doing. So we did that call on Monday. We did the emergency broadcast on Tuesday. So we were saying that relief rally will be happening, which is it's happening at the moment, but we do see some weakening of price action over here. Pwedeng possibility that we can see some upside. So this is like less likelihood na mangyari, but it's still possible. But the bullish case still for me is if we break 68, 71, and 73 levels. If these key levels don't get reached anytime soon, which I think that it's gonna be several or a few months pa from now, then we're not gonna see a good party in crypto or in the markets at the moment. So my bias is that we're gonna be seeing some sort of retest. It could be here at 53. It could be at 47. We'll see. Worst case scenario is around 37, 38 here. Ito yung worst case scenario natin. But yeah, we're currently in a sideways to down market, and which is why we want to be more defensive with our portfolios. Okay, so with that said, let's proceed with our rebalance. So one of the things that I do is I use this tool, Sonar Watch. I go to the address book and then check out ano yung mga pwede kong i-rebalance na mga assets, or just watch some anong tawag nito, mga wallets that I watch. But we're gonna be doing a rebalance to this one account. So to give you a brief background, this wallet, so I haven't really disclosed this to a lot of people, but I'm gonna be disclosing it to you guys and hopefully people who are similar to me, siguro, because I want to take this opportunity as well to let you know what I'm doing, what my purpose is. So medyo hindi lang tayo technicals dito. This is also a purpose-driven webinar. So this account, just to give you a backstory, this is where my tithes and offerings go. So 15% of whatever it is na before ko i-withdraw yung crypto. Halimbawa, I earn something either from ZFT or let's say from market making services or whatever advisory or what I get online. It's either local or outside. 15% of that nilalagay ko na siya dito sa account na to. So my conviction here is that God is my provider, and I know that I have been shown a lot of grace, and because of that, 15% is nothing, and God doesn't need our money. This is just an act of faithfulness, and kumbaga, an act of faith and act of obedience towards God. So that's me being a kingdom investor, and my belief is that if I take care of God's kingdom, building that, then I will be rewarded as well. So it's not like, but also at the same time, I have to guard my heart because there's, you can't bribe God. But this is a heart issue. This is me dealing with greed and a lot of things. There's so much more to this topic. I think if you get to talk with Miles, and probably in the future we get to talk deeper into this topic, there's so many things na sobrang interesting na, like, it's principles. Whether you're a Christian or not, you follow these principles. It's like gravity, right? Gravity is a law. It's a principle in itself, and if you follow the laws of gravity, then you get certain results. And this is the same thing. It's a principle when it comes to money. It's kind of like God's principles that He applied in the universe, that when done correctly, it will yield you great results. And so, many layers to this. I know it's a deep topic, and so that's kind of like the gist of it. All right. So I also asked the leader, the pastor of the church where I'm attending, which is Favor. Bago ko to ginawa, I actually nagpaalam muna ako sa kanya kung pwede ko siyang gawin. Alright? Ang sinabi ko is that I believe in the church and I believe in what you're doing. I see that God is moving in the church, and I want to be a part of that, because when you plant your seed in churches that have God's fruit in it, that you're seeing God's move in it, and you're supporting that move, you actually also reap the benefit of that. So if you're believing for, let's say, they're believing currently for a building fund, it's gonna cost them billions. And sabi ko, nagkaroon ako ng challenge in my heart. Sabi ko, 1 billion dyan sa akin. And so that would mean that I would need to be in the billions level as well, that I'm earning that much. And I'm also growing this account for that to be accomplished. And, nothing is too small when it comes to God, and when it comes to finances. I've seen God's faithfulness in how I was able to really grow in terms of my finance and my resources. And so it's pretty cool. But anyways, let's continue. Let's continue with this, kung anong gagawin natin. So andyan yung wallet address. If you guys want to check it out, I can share it to you. But I have a very strong conviction here na this is God's resources. So I need to make sure that I'm faithful here as well. Kailangan alagaan ko to. Kumbaga, naka-priority din to sa, if magre-rebalance ako sa personal ko, dapat ito naka-rebalance. Hindi ako matutulog na hindi ko ma-rebalance lahat ito. So anyway, how I usually do it is I look at the net worth, and then I look at the yields. Saan dito yung mga pools na kailangan ko ng i-rebalance, or if I'm looking at it technical wise, is it time to cash out na ba? Is it time to put it into stables? What do I do with it? Alright? So you can see there's a balance between high risk assets and also yung mga, like for example here in Meteora, that's mostly in Meteora. I don't put NFTs at the moment. In this account, I just really want to do LPs for this one. And so you can see may mga stables tayo. You can see there's also, other assets over here. But I wanna be focusing on first checking out kung meron na bang more than $200 or $100 na yields. So ito, for example, mga $200+ na, right? And so to me, ito not really rebalance, but more of re-roll ko yung mga assets dito. My thought process is sometimes if yung asset tingin ko bababa, I would sell half of this one and then put like for example, Billy USDC yung pair na to. Billy, half of that I'm gonna sell, and then the rest of the Billy and kung ano mang USDC yung equivalent pagka naka-auto rebalance siya, then yun yung papasok dun sa sa re-roll. The USDC na ito, ideally hindi ko na siya ibabalik sa pool na to. Pwede naman, pero at the moment mas gusto ko maging defensive and just put it into a core position like USDC or USDC Sol or ETH. Alright, so I'm just gonna check for now kung ano yung itsura ng ating overall portfolio. So here's the portfolio. This is with Meteora. Okay, so we have Sol USDC, WETH USDC. Ito yung mga biggest natin na mga hawak. And then I'm gonna just look at Sol for now. Sol USDC, okay, so Sol, I think it's already hitting resistance. If ever it is going to hit some resistance and magpapatuloy yung bull case for Solana, it has to break 187 and 204. But if that doesn't break, same with Bitcoin, the principles that we applied earlier. If that doesn't break, then patuloy to bababa. So I think we're gonna be doing a retest very, very soon. So ideally, we want to sell some core positions, but only if heavy na tayo sa kanya. So simula tayo with Sol. Okay, so Sol, we checked that out. We have around 4,000 over here. Teka, dalawang pool yata to eh. Yeah, dalawang pools to. So one short term, one long term. One is really for the accumulation pagka bumagsak yung Solana. So this is the specific pool for that. So dalawang pools yung ginagawa ko. Naka-mirror to sa kung anong ginagawa ko dun sa personal as well. So I want it. It's where I want it. Most of it is in USDC and then very small Sol. Hindi pa naman umaabot yung kanyang yields to 100, so it's fine. I won't be touching this. This specific pool of Sol, this is the 250 bin step. It has a balanced amount, not really a balanced, but more of skewed pa rin. Mas marami pa tayong USDC compared to Sol. And if you were able to watch the video last night, tama ba? Yeah, if you were able to watch the video last night of what we posted dun sa crypto advisory then, na this is 250. This means that the bull case for Solana has kumbaga tumuloy yung bull case niya. I don't think that's gonna happen very soon, but if ever tutuloy siya, because I don't wanna watch this account for like a lot of times. Gusto ko meron akong long-term position so that if I go to a vacation, if I want to take a break, then it's still working for me and I'm not gonna be feeling FOMO if ever tumaas yung Sol. Even if my bias on the short term is it's gonna go lower. So this one I'm just gonna keep no changes. That will be happening in these two Sol pools. The next one is Mumu. Alright, so sorry, WETH pa pala. Ayan. So with ETH, let's check it out. ETH is the same thing. I still think that meron pang retest here in this level, in this area. So I do think with ETH, it might shoot up a little bit before going finally down. Although pwede din siyang madrag ng ibang market like Bitcoin. So to me, special case si ETH because it hasn't been like other crypto na ang laki ng inakyat. Pero at the same time, I'm considering that it could also be a really bearish case for ETH because it's that weak. So if it's weak, with its bounce, baka mamaya mas malaki yung kanyang bagsak or mas malaki yung drop niya. And so in the crypto advisory that I put here around ETH, 1.5 to 1.7 yung ating nilagay na low. I'm just gonna check out where is 1.5. 1.5 is somewhere over here. So that is a pretty low area. But when the bear markets come, these levels, sobrang nagiging possible yung mga yan eh. Pero anyway, hindi naman yan siya bigla-bigla. But just to be on the safe side. It's not that we want it to go as low to these areas, but if it does go low, then okay lang kasi nakakuha tayo ng mas cheaper. Tapos when that happens, we just rebalance the whole thing and change our strategies. And so we're gonna look into the pool where we put our assets. So nasa 1.7 naman siya and naka bid ask. Yeah, hopefully yan. Bid ask naman siya. This is the bull case around 5,000 for this one. Let me just check. I think dalawa yan eh. Yeah, so ito 5,700. Ginawa natin spot instead of bid ask. So this is okay. 5,700 ano na yan siya? Max 5.7 and 6.5. Here I just put 5,000. So where is that? Ayan. Yeah, so this one hindi na din natin siya masyadong gagalawin. We're just gonna move this pagka umabot tayo ng mga around probably $100 or $200 worth for both of these assets. And so we're just gonna close that. Let's see what we have here as well. We have Mumu USDC. Ito yung isa sa pinakamalaki natin na position. We have also Mumu Sol. Here with Mumu USDC, we see that, ayan, 3,300 yung worth ng USDC. Around 5,000. So, medyo malaki yung Mumu natin. Alright? Kasi, ang bias ko with Mumu is that, oh wait, hanapin natin si Mumu. It's here in my list. My bias for Mumu is that we have already reached that second, I would say, minor resistance. And so, we're gonna have another retest probably in this area or lower. Probably here. So, we want to be on the 25 levels and overweight tayo kay Mumu. Since we're biased on the downside, I want to be selling a little bit of my holdings. So here, and also meron tayong Mumu Sol, which means that talagang heavy tayo dito. So I'm gonna be selling around, let's make it 60%. Okay, 60% of our Mumu is gonna be sold in the market. Okay. So, I want to be doing this now because mabilis yung ating internet. Mabilis yung transactions within the, within Meteor and the whole Sol ecosystem. Anyway, here you go. We have this much Mumu. We'll swap that to USDC and then confirm. So, habang nagko-confirm tayo dyan, what we want to do is do a bid-ask. Instead of spot, I want to do a bid-ask because I want to make sure that my downside is taken care of. So, confirm natin yan. This one, the unclaimed swap fee, I'm not planning to take anything out here. Some people would choose na i-claim yan tapos ibabalik. But for me, no need to do that because ang liit eh. Parang kumbaga hindi worth it. Dapat $50 at least or $100 at least or $200, then I would re-roll. I would start the re-roll process. But if it's not, then it's not worth it. We saw that Billy is actually one of those assets na when we saw sa Sonar Watch, umabot na siya dun sa threshold eh, 200. So mga around almost $400 worth of assets to be rebalanced for Billy. So here, let's see. Ayan. And let's check the Billy chart. I think ito yung isa sa pinaka-weak at the moment, but nasa support areas din siya eh. So, all the MAs are pointing down. I do think that it's still gonna do some more retest unless it's gonna pump here. But, to me, to see is to believe. If walang ganyang klaseng reaction, when it comes to price, hindi siya umakyat, then it's weak. And so I want to reduce my holdings here, just to be again on the safe side. So I'm gonna be selling 3,000. I'll sell half. I'll just sell half kasi knowing that the markets are gonna go down, I want to be safe. I want to be sure and secure na okay tayo. So here we go. And then, I'm also gonna claim the fees as well. Hindi natin papalampasin yung fees kasi, sayang naman, di ba? Yung almost $400 din yan. So, lipat natin dito kay Billy. We'll sell, half ba yun sinabi ko? Yeah, I think I said I would sell half. Dagdagan lang natin ng konti pa. 10, 12. Hindi, half na yung kanina eh. So, dapat around 12, ayan, around that. More than half yung isa-sell ko for USDC. So, confirm natin yan. And once that is confirmed, alright, bid-ask muna tayo with USDC. So, again, kinuha ko lang yung mga na-earn natin from here and also some of that Billy we sold. Yan. So, now that andyan na siya sa pool, let's go with spot and then put in the Billy that's left. So, konting Billy, nire-roll lang natin sa pools natin. So, pwede naman na yung USDC, ilalagay ko siya sa ibang assets. Pero for this example, gusto ko lang pakita na this is how you rebalance and actually re-roll. So, rebalance meaning you're looking at the hindi naman siya impossible, but a less likely scenario na maabot yung sobrang bagsak na presyo niya As you can see, around 2.5. Nasa 25 yata tayo. Sobrang lapit lang pala nito. So somewhere here na support area. So dito tayo naglagay ng support. And if bababa yung price dyan, we can rebalance again. Ayan. It's gonna take 50% down for prices, to go down that level para maabot yung level na yun. So with crypto, anything can happen. I don't know if that's gonna happen with Billy, but who knows? It's better to be prepared than to be sorry. Tapos hindi kayo nag-prepare. So that's how it looks like. That's a bid-ask or bid-ask spot. Bid spot yung tawag ni Jai dito sa strategy na to. So that's it. We've rebalanced it. Next, what we have? We have Keith Sol and Mumu Sol. So these are high-risk assets. Kasi siya crypto, and I say that mag-ingat talaga, extra ingat dito because you don't know, baka mamaya, Keith isn't as established as the other meme coins, and Sol is gonna go down, so baka mamaya pag bumagsak yung dalawa, wala, double whammy ka. And so I don't want to be putting too much here. As you can see, ayan, ang ginawa ko lang na strategy dito is spot. What happens here is that I probably put it here in the middle. I don't know. I don't remember. But from what I remember is that whenever I do a spot, nasa gitna talaga siya. And then, ano pa ba? Ibig sabihin nito, either bumaba ng sobra yung Keith, mas mabilis yung pagbagsak ni Keith as opposed to Sol. Kaya mas marami tayong Keith ngayon dito. And I want to rebalance this kasi baka mamaya, mas bumagsak siya. Let's check out the chart of Keith. Alright, Keith. Where is that Keith? Okay, here you go. So this is Keith. And I'm seeing na, yan nga, mukhang nag-fake out yung kanyang breakout. Akala natin consult as breakout, okay na. Unfortunately, hindi nagpatuloy yan. So we want to be on a wider range for this one. Siguro on the next pool, dagdagan natin ng Sol. Bias tayo sa Sol, we're gonna withdraw more Keith in this. And then, i-withdraw na rin natin yung gains natin dito. So let's sell around 75% or probably 60% Keith. And then, we'll rebalance this one. 5 Sol yung nakalagay dito. So, hopefully, maging maayos siya. And then we're gonna put it in a much strategic placement for Keith. Okay, Keith. Teka, mahina ako sa math eh. So I'm just gonna use a calculator for that. Okay, times 0.6. So around this much is what I'm gonna be selling. Sol. Okay, so ganyan lang. And then swap. Okay, so now that we've swapped that, we'll be going back to that pool, and we're expecting more downside with Keith. I just want to be, mas safer. Okay, si Sol, I do think na bababa din naman siya, pero probably not as fast as Keith would. So, kaya ganito yung magiging itsura niya. Gawin natin 37. Let's see. Sagarin natin yung 69 bins. Okay, 36. Ganyan. Yan. Around, ayan. Nagto-38 talaga siya. Pero okay na to. First is what we're gonna do, spot and then autofill. Sige, ganito na lang muna gawin natin. Oh, grabe, 8 agad oh. Tama ba? Oo nga, no? Ang bilis. Tama. Saglit. Wait lang. Ito ba yung gusto ko na price action? Kung i-fill natin 14, hindi yan naabot eh. Ayan, tama pala. Hindi lang pala ako nakapag-refresh. So, half natin yan. Kailangan ko pang mag-sell. I feel like I have to sell more Keith just to be on the safe side. So, lagay muna natin yung kalahati. Kasi what I'm gonna do is not just spot. Okay, 1.2. I'm gonna do something na paano ba? Ayan. So, I'm still bullish on this one. But it's more like moonbag kasi siya na category. When I say moonbag, it's like I think that It has a potential to 10x, 50x, 100x. So while it's still in that consolidation mode, I want to accumulate as much of that coin as possible. It has a potential na, it's hindi magpapatuloy or magrarag siya. So it has that potential. So here, this is just one of the few moonbags that I have. It's not established, right? When I say established, ito na yung mga gumalaw ng sobra and, people love it. Like Bonk, Mumu, yan, okay na yan. Pero itong mga unestablished na mga tokens, mas higher talaga yung risk nila. But if you're early, and then it does do a 50x, does do a 100x, imagine if you're $1,000, nag times 100, di ba? Tapos, from 50k to what? Ang laki, times 100, di ba? Anyway, here we go. Bid-ask yung gagawin natin dito. So, whatever it's left with Keith, and then bid-ask din tayo ng konti with Solana. And then add liquidity tayo. Okay, so hindi natin ilalagay lahat ng ating sol. We're not gonna put everything that we originally have in value-wise. We just really want to be strategic. And so that's what we'll do. Okay, so done with the rebalance. So again, medyo hindi na siya spot yung ginawa natin. Nag-bid-ask na tayo. So in case lang na, it spikes, then we're able to sell Keith at a higher price. At a relatively higher price. What else do we have? Mumu also, 400. Okay, let's see. Let's check it out. So si Mumu, we want na pagka ganitong mga assets, we want na yung price nasa gitna nung pool na kung asan tayo nagpo-provide. So ito medyo gitna to, so walang problema. And okay na tayo dito na mag-risk ng ganito. I mean, 20M Mumu isn't as big, I guess. As opposed to what I had originally. Originally, ang laki-laki nito. So, Ponke, Keith. Wait, let me see. Mew, I think sa Mew tapos na yata ako dito or hindi pa ba? Okay, let me just check. Mew, alam ko ang laki ng inakyat nito recently. Ayan. So, dapat, na to, magre-retest na to soon. So, we need to be selling Mew. That's around 1.6, 2.5 yun nandito, so around $1,000 or $900. Nakasagad to yung price niya. This is beyond the support, so we'll just sell a little bit of that Mew and then put it into the bid-ask. Now, the thing that you might think, bakit ako maglalagay? Like, bakit kailangan ko maglagay sa LP? Alright? When you actually put into LPs, like for example, pag binalik mo yung binenta mo, binalik mo siya sa pool. Instead of the token which is Mew, ginawa mo siyang USDC, and binalik mo siya sa pool, what that does, basically for us market makers is, you help us with our job. You help with also the stability of the token. Because you're adding liquidity here, that means that for prices to go, as the price goes lower, mas malaki yung bids, mas malaki yung demand, right? So nakita nyo dito yung distribution. So nakita ninyo na as it goes lower, mas malaki yung demand side. And what that does is it supports the price. As it goes down, mas nahihirapan na siyang bumagsak kaysa sa wala. Like for example, after this price na to, yung 0.002, after that price, wala. Parang free fall na. Wala na masyadong liquidity. So, ito yung sinabi ko sa inyo last night that after prices goes beyond a certain support level, like here, mas mabilis yung magiging bagsak niya as opposed to when it was just going on its way down here. Because when this is the last stand, this is where a lot of that USDC is concentrated. And so, pag ito natibag, you can expect that support is gonna be flimsy at the lower levels na. So those are things that kind of like a glimpse of how things work. Okay, so done na tayo with Mew. Ganito na yung itsura niya. What else have we? Okay, si Ponke na lang. Si Ponke din parang okay lang naman sa akin na This is also a moon bag. So similar to Keith, it's kind of like a moon bag. Although Ponke has moved very significant already. Significantly. So, yeah, okay. So here, siguro magbawas din tayo ng Ponke. Check muna natin anong itsura ni Ponke. Yeah, 100 MA also here, being a resistance. So, I do think there's gonna be another retest and mas mabilis kasi malaglag si Ponke as opposed to Sol. So, we want to be selling a little bit of that. Actually, not a little, a lot of that. And, babalik na lang natin pero as Sol na siya. Tapos, rebalance na lang natin pag halimbawa na hit yung mga levels na yun. Not gonna collect this. Medyo malaki na rin to eh. Let me just check. How much is Ponke here? Yeah, 66. Pwede na siguro. Sige, mag-rebalance na lang din ako para at least nasa gitna siya and I'm, lesser chance of me, anong tawag nito? Lesser chances of me getting out of range. And this is the 400 bin step. So it's always better na, na mas malalim yung natin. Yung hawak natin. So, again, let's go to autofill. And then, let's do half. A little bit over half na lang. Gawin natin ganito. Alright. Tapos, wait. Do I want this? I think, yeah, okay. Sige, pwede. So, we're just gonna do spot and then gitna. And then the rest, we're just gonna place into a bid-ask. Okay, let me just check. Alright. So, bid-ask natin siya. And then, half. Okay. And then the rest of the Ponke, we sell for, for Sol. Or for USDC. Okay, there you go. And then, Ponke. There you go. USDC. So, ganyan na. So, a portion of those, hindi na natin ibabalik sa market. We're just gonna keep it into stables. Ayan. So, meron na tayong... Ayan. So, nabenta na natin for USDC yun. And I think that's it. Itong si GP, I have reasons for me keeping that. It's more fundamental. So, I'm not gonna touch that. Although we can visit it just so that you can see like what's up, what's happening. Alright. Ito, iba to eh. Medyo iba yung strategy dito. And I'm just gonna keep it like that. Yeah, ayan. No? So, okay lang yan. Okay lang yan. Alright. So, ayun lang guys. I hope that you guys learned from this video. How do you rebalance and prepare for a bear case scenario? What is my principles when it comes to, shitcoin investing or meme coin investing? These are all assets that I'm willing to risk on, but as you can see as well, I've been very strategic with my allocations. Hindi siya, even if it looks like ang dami kong nilagay dito, it's actually more stable than the crypto itself kasi yun nga, nakaposition tayo for the downside. So ayun lang. Wow, that's 33 minutes already. Hope you learned guys and have a great time rebalancing. Bye bye.